Guide to Healthy Relationships. Step 1. Boundaries. Whether the relationship is friendly, romantic, or family, lines need to be drawn. There are two types of boundaries. External boundaries. Your body, need, or disregard for space and possessions. This includes everything from sexual boundaries to the privacy of your email and telephone calls. Internal boundaries. Your emotional boundaries, including how well you emphasize and absorb the emotions of others. Let's see what you already know. The correct answer is B. Scarlett is violating Erica's external boundaries and is potentially unaware of it. It is important that Erica shares this boundary so that the problem can be fixed. The correct answer is C. This is an issue of Sigrid's internal boundaries. It is important for her to protect herself from taking on the anxieties of others by finding a way to empathize without becoming distressed. It can take time to build up these barriers, however, and it is important for her to let Darian know how she feels. The correct answer is A. This is another issue of external boundaries. Greg's personal space is being invaded, and he is entitled to this privacy. It is important that he lets Raphael know in a way that keeps their relationship healthy. As you can see from these examples, setting boundaries is important in order to avoid conflict and discomfort in relationships. Step 2. Communication. Now that you can recognize the importance of making boundaries, let's talk more about how we can get the message across. Communication consists of speaking, listening, and interpreting messages. Did you know? According to Dr. Albert Mehrabian, 93% of communication is nonverbal. Learn to pay attention to the signs. In our modern world, too much conversation happens over text. Make an effort to talk about important issues in person. Some examples of nonverbal communication are eye contact, hand gestures, nods, and posture. Let's look at some more common examples of communication. How do you think we should deal with these situations? If you chose A, you were correct. One of the biggest barriers to a healthy relationship is a lack of communication. If Jesse does not know the problem, helping Jamie and aiding their relationship will be no easy feat. Many people, when in this situation, would ignore the problem in hopes that it will blow over. This is often not the case, and it is important to be there for your partner when they need you, whether the issue directly involves you or not. This is applicable not only in a romantic relationship, but also in friendships and family. Don't be afraid to be upfront. The best advice here is A. Adrian should try to solve the problem through calm and collected communication. However, it is important to note that there is nothing wrong with going to an adult on important issues such as this. Speaking to a trusted guardian, teacher, or friend could be a good second step if the problem was still unresolved. Step 3. Trust. A few rules for good communication. Number 1. Listen. Number 2. Monitor your tone of voice carefully. 3. Be prepared to compromise. And 4. Be open towards others. Step 3. Trust. It is important in any relationship to be able to give and receive trust. The best way to earn the trust of others is to be honest and forthcoming towards them. This honesty is often contagious and will be reciprocated. Here are a few more questions to test your tenacity for the truth. The correct answer is B. The truth is the best course of action. This seems like the obvious answer, but in reality, many of us would be far more inclined to take the convenient way out by stretching the truth or right out lying. More times than not, lies will cause far more trouble than they're worth. The answer is C. There are sometimes exceptions to uninterrupted honesty. It is important to maintain discretion. As a general rule, honesty is the best policy. To conclude, relationships are complex, and these steps certainly don't cover every aspect of every relationship. However, if everyone can learn to acquire this basis, relationships in the world have the capability to be happier and more successful overall.